Can I explain myself?
Louisiana shit. Murder on the beat. Saucy how to cut up to you. Yeah.
Hey there, Slay Bays. Hey, it has been a minute, and you know what? I really missed you, but I really needed that time. This past month, I turned the big 5-0, or is it 5-0? I don't know. That's the new floor that I'm on. I'm on that 5th floor, okay? And it is glorious. It really is. I really want to bring you on this journey with me. And that's why I decided to do a vlog for this video and tell you a little bit about what I've done over the past month and what we have in store for us for many more videos to come. I absolutely have to keep it a buck. There's something about this threshold that really made me pause and reflect and really just reconnect with the person that I am and the person that I'm evolving into, because I, came across a lot of realizations, and I'm going to be sharing that with you in a little bit about like what it's taken to become the Shay that I am today, but also what it's going to take to continue to evolve and elevate to new heights. But before we get too far into that, I want to say hello and welcome to those of you who are new here. If you're new here, then you're in the right place. If you want a safe space and you're seasoned and you are stylish and you want or crave to get that content tea, honey, yes, about transforming, elevating, and attracting. Because the truth is, there is nothing mid about this era that we're in. So you'll hear more about that soon also. But I just do not subscribe any longer to the midlife genre, if you will. I'm about that high life era, okay? And so we're going to talk more about that as well. And that's going to be really the heartbeat of this space going forward. So all you have to do is stay tuned. Now, before we go too far, I know you're probably peeping this shirt that I have on. It says, of course, vintage 1976, and it is one of my favorite tops. I got them in 2 colors. And I have decided I'm going to be rocking this all year and maybe beyond. I don't know. But for right now, I am rocking this pretty consistently every other day as I'm being around doing just errands and client work and so forth and so on. But I love it. It just really embodies my energy, the energy of the generation that I was born into. So if you want the deets on where I got this shirt, just go ahead and put vintage in the comments and I will get you this link as well. Now, speaking of 1976, okay, and this being the year of 50 for those of us that were born in that year, I want to tell you that it did not feel heavy for me. I thought it was going to feel heavy because, we think about 50 and we're like, woo, that's a whole number. Like, that's a big whole number. But honestly, it felt invigorating. It felt like a time for clarity, or it made me more intentional about what I wear, intentional about what I accept into my environment and my ecosystem, about what I tolerate and what I don't tolerate. And I've heard about this, right? I've heard about this vibe in the 50s, but it's like you gotta live it. You got to cross over, if you will, to really feel it and get the energy. And I'm not here to say that that's going to be everybody's experience as they transition into their 50s, but it was definitely mine. What I absolutely know with certainty is that I'm not trying to be who I was. And I'm not trying to fit into any certain kind of box, and I'm definitely not going to outdate myself. But in addition to that, I just feel like this version of me is super clear, very refined. Might I say she is aligned? Yes, very much aligned. And that actually brings me to what I want to share with you about what I did this month and actually leading up to this birthday month of mine. One of the most powerful things that I would say that I did this month was my 50 Shades project. And what this was an opportunity for me to peel back layers of me and what constructed the soul and the heart of who I've become and what continues to layer within me to where I am going to continue to evolve. And it was really a therapeutic process. I loved every minute of it. I did not think that it would be as easy as it was. So let me tell you what it was. Basically, it was called 50 Shades of Shay, and it was my opportunity again, therapeutically, to just share 50 facts or fun little notes or just feelings that I was having as I lead it up to 50. So 50 days leading up to my birthday, I posted every single day on my personal profile, which, by the way, if you want to join me, is Shay Cunningham. Instagram, Diamond My Prime. Facebook, Shay Cunningham. I posted every single day, 50 days leading up to my birthday. And actually, I thought I was crazy for challenging myself to do this because I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to post every single day. Like, that's wild. But I did it, and I did not miss one single day. You'll see here, I'm going to be sharing with you some of the posts that I did, and all of them were static posts. All of them were either pictures or some sort of graphic that AI helped me put together, but they were always photos of me from a very authentic place. But I kind of use AI to help with some of the imagery and things like that. And it was a lot of fun. But in terms of like the therapeutic part that happened is that I really got to dig deep into a lot of things that, like I said, built me and really nurture me as I became the woman that I am today. And then also the things that make me primed and ready to go, that Diamond My Prime, for the future years to come. And I think that is, by doing this project, I think that's what helped me also realize that I don't subscribe any longer to this whole midlife title. Like, it just didn't feel authentic and genuine for me, because I just don't feel like this era that I'm in right now is mid. There's nothing mid about it. Like, it's so much more higher energy than I've ever felt in my entire life. And I'm ready to do even more extraordinary things. And I just did not see where when I think about mid anything, I think standard, I think middle of the road, midline, and I definitely am not feeling that, right? So I'll talk a little bit about that later, but I just wanted to share with you that the 50 Shades project is what kind of helped me come to this new movement and this era that I am proclaiming for all of us going forward in our communities. Now, by the time we got to about 4 days before my birthday, I had planned this amazing birthday trip to Breckenridge, Colorado. And this trip was very, very meticulously planned. We've been planning this for a year now, but like really in the trenches, I would say 6 months leading up to. Of course, I was able to, because of how we planned the trip, my birthday actually fell on Friday of the weekend that we were spending in Breckenridge. So I want to share with you some videos and some pictures of all of the fascinating things that we did in Breckenridge. Breckenridge, I will tell you, was way more than I could have ever imagined it would be. So many of you are seasoned and stylish women, and you've probably planned your fair share of events and birthday celebrations and all types of things. So you know what it's like, or maybe you don't, but I'm going to tell you, like, this is one of those times where you have a vision for something and the way it came to fruition was 10 times your vision. Can you imagine? That's exactly what this trip was for me. And I, based on the feedback, it was for everyone who attended. This was my, what I call fearless inner circle that I invited. So it was a smaller group. It was 18 of us total. It was couples, it were singles. These were just some of my core closest people in my life, and we had an absolute blast. Some things that really gave this trip just that extra zeal and top tier effect was I added some elements that just really made it fun and got everybody involved. So one of the things that we did is the Battle of the Brunches. And this was born out of the idea of, hey, I know we're going to be up in the mountains, and I just didn't want us to feel compelled to go out to a restaurant, 2 or 3 times a day. I mean, it's snowing. We're up in the mountains, literally 10,000 feet up, and the elevation was crazy. And by the way, sidebar, that's something that if you ever go to the mountains to do a trip, just a little tip, always have a plan to get some oxygen within the first 24 to 48 hours that you're there. I did have the foresight in planning for this trip to actually rent an oxygen machine to have at the villa that we were staying at. So we had this oxygen machine for 3 days, and it really came in handy because a lot of us did experience, I would say 90% of us experience elevation sickness to some extent. Some of us not as bad as others, but some really bad and some not as much. Oxygen really helped. But I mean, from the venue, which was a villa that, shout out to my travel advisor. I'll put her name and her contact information in the description box. Tawana Minor. It was a beautiful villa. It would accommodate about 15 to 18 people, but we only had 12 staying there, so it was very comfortable for all of us. But it was just absolute luxury. We had an amazing time. The accommodations were awesome. We had hot tubs, we had a chef's kitchen, we had balconies, we had the most amazing views, fire pits. I mean, the whole thing. I came up with the concept of doing a cabin type theme because you guys have probably watched Why Did I Get Married, the first one, and I just wanted to kind of recreate that. But when I tell you, like, it was being in that experience, it felt like 10 times what we seen in that movie. So had tons and tons of fun there. We did a snow day where we went out. Some of us went skiing. Most of us did do snowmobiling and zip lining. I went out with my husband. I'll show you here us doing some zip lining. It was amazing. And we did some other activities. What did we do? Sleigh riding. Of course, I had to go to the spa for half a day. That is a must. I find a way to get to a spa and get some self-care no matter where I go. But it was really nice. We were off of one of the peaks that were one of the more popular ones. So we got to see like the true ski lodging life culture while we were there as well. And it was just amazing. But one of the things that we did to add a little spice to the experience was we had Moo Night, where everyone had something that they wanted to share about their experience with me. There wasn't a dry eye in the house by the end of that tribute night. It was beautiful. We had a formal birthday dinner one of the nights where we got all gussied up, if you will, and in true Slay by Shay fashion. I gave them a little bit of a dress code. That was so much fun. Everyone looked amazing and understood the assignment. So we just had a blast. So from, the activities that we did during the day to the fun times that we had at night to the formal events, it was just way more than I could have ever anticipated and just made for an exceptional birthday experience. But sis, let me show you something. I decided when I got back, I was like, you know what? How can I share with my community something that would be obviously in alignment with my platform here on YouTube and in my community? So what I decided to do is share with you what I wore by Unpacking. So you're going to see me here unpacking the outfits that I wore during the actual trip to Breckenridge. So I'm going to be looking down at my iPad because I want to see what I recorded, and I'll walk you through it. But the first thing you need to know is that I only took one check bag, okay? One check bag and one carry on. So that's the main note here, is that you can pack for a cabin trip where you're going to be doing winter activities in one carry-on. You don't need multiple bags. So what I did is I decided, one, that I was going to wear my snow boots to travel in. So that would be one less thing that I had to actually pack because they're a little bit bulkier than everything else that I was carrying. So I wore my fur and I also wore my snow boots to kind of keep down the bulk in my luggage. So that's one little tip, is try to find the bulkiest things that you would typically need to pack and just go ahead and wear them or carry them with you as opposed to trying to pack them in luggage. The next thing that you'll probably notice by this video is that I try to stay as organized as possible with packing cubes. So the packing cubes give me cues once I get there as to exactly what I have in each packing cube, and it helps me get unpacked really easily, as well as repacked when it's time to go, because that's sometimes a real drag at the end of a trip also. So you'll see that here. I always make sure that I have some lounge wear and some things that I can work out in to get that extra little bit of activity in. I will tell you, I did not work out the whole time I was in Breckenridge, so I actually didn't even end up wearing most of this. Well, not for working out anyway, but just for kind of lounging around, I did. So you'll see that here, and the reason being is because of the elevation, the oxygen level. Just walking up a flight of stairs had us winded, so there was no need, honestly, to do a workout, nor would you probably be able to get through one. Now, this next cube that I have is the night out cube. So this was for the outfits that I knew that we would be going out on town, likely, or at least going out to go to an event of some sort. So in here, you'll see my accessories. I have my cute little beret. I had a cute little top in case we went out late or after dinner or something like that, and I wanted to change out of my more formal clothes. So that was a cute little top that I had just packed for that. You'll see this fitted top that has the netting, and that is something that I wore underneath my dress for the whiskey tasting. So I'll show you a picture of that as well. And you also can see here my formal for the dinner, for the birthday dinner, were these amazing coated gold shimmery denim wide leg with the wide cuff. Love these. I got these from Revolve. They were sick, just so good. And I found this amazing statement blouse at Akira, no less, right? That's my go-to for statement pieces, and it did not disappoint. The construction, the quality is so luxe. It was everything. It was everything that I needed. And by the way, if you want to steal my itinerary for Breckenridge, put Breck in the comments. Next up, you'll see the actual dress that I wore for the whiskey tasting. I wanted something that was casually fine, right? And this delivered the goods. Again, Akira. And it was so heavy, but yet still because it was short sleeve with the cap shoulder pads. It just gave a lot of presence, but it wasn't overly done. It was a dress, so you knew who the birthday girl was, and that's what I was going for with this. The cargo pockets were just chef's kiss, and it gave everything that it needed to give. Now, this sweater or hoodie dress, if you will, is from one of my favorite Black-owned luxury activewear brands called Actively Black. And I brought this as just an extra. I thought, oh, this would be something cute that I could probably wear to the spa with some leggings and some boots or what have you. So I definitely brought that, and I did wear it. I can't remember what I wore it for. I think we were running errands or something, but it definitely came in handy, and it was a cute option and very easy one-stop shop. And then here's the key to being on a trip like this, is making sure that you have a good collection of basics. In here, I had, of course, my personalized t-shirt for the night that we were all going to wear personalized shirts. I found these great pants that really elevate the t-shirt. So I loved wearing those. They were super comfortable, but very chic. And again, by wearing them, you know who the birthday girl is. I really did stand out, and I was super comfortable in that. And then voila, you see those vintage 1976 tops. Now, by the way, these t-shirts did not come cropped. I cut them for that vibe. And then of course I wore my really super fun barrel leg sweats that I got from TikTok. Again, if you want the link for that, I'll put that in the description as well. Those were so fun to wear and so comfortable and casual, but yet chic as always. So I, throughout the weekend that we were there, and by the way, we were there Wednesday through Sunday, so it was a long weekend, but I would toss that on with either some leggings or these pants that you see here. Super fun. Now on to the other types of pieces. I have my snow day things. I have my essentials. We'll talk about that in a minute. And then of course some swimwear, because we did have a hot tub on site at the villa. So first, let's talk about the essentials. I took this 3-piece set that I got from Amazon. I actually have 2 of these 3-piece sets, but they're so dope. They're wide leg lounge pants and a pair of shorts. They're all the same material, but it's like you can mix and match them. So actually I said 3 pieces, a 4-piece set. You have a tank, you have a 1-shoulder crop top, a tank crop top, a pair of wide leg lounge pants, and a pair of lounge shorts. So you have 4 pieces that you can interchange throughout the time you're there. I think that is smart packing, and I think that's very chic when you're vacationing. You can mix it up without, having to create new outfits throughout the time that you're there. And it's so easy to pack. You can see how great the quality of the material is as well, and how comfortable it was. You'll see here that I packed some swimwear. I packed, I think 2, a 2-piece and a 1-piece, and then just one like cover-up situation, which I ended up not needing because of course they had robes, which I didn't know that they would, but they had really luxurious robes, not only in the villa main suite, but also in the hot tub area. But a girl has to come prepared. But these are all easy things to pack, to just roll and throw into your cube. And I make sure that they were color coordinated and felt very wintry vibes. Now on to the snow day. I found this little cutie here, this houndstooth black and white. Again, I wanted to stand out. I wanted people to know exactly who the birthday girl was. So I went with this really statement print, and I found this on Fashion Nova, not too expensive, because I didn't want to spend too much money, because I knew that, I live in Dallas. I'm not going to be out, using this type of gear on a regular basis. So I didn't want to overspend or overextend or over index on these types of pieces. So I know that I was able to get both of these, the crop jacket as well as the snow suit, for about $130 all in. So that was really good. And my boots, my snow boots, I actually found them on Where did I find them? On a resale. I found them on a resale online store, and it was just perfection. They were amazing boots that probably would run you normally about $200, and I got them for $30. I think, you know, after all of the taxes and shipping, it may have been scraping $50, but that was perfect because, again, I didn't want to over-index on expenses for clothes that I know I would not wear very often. These are the Timberlands that I found. They were so super comfortable. They were all weather, weatherproof, meaning that they're great for snow and for ice and rain. Super soft. They had the shirling in the inside, so that not only were they weatherproof, but they were warm and cozy on the inside as well. Loved it. These were excellent buys. So I would highly recommend going this route if you know you're going to take a snow trip, and that's going to be something that you don't do very often. And of course, I shared and gifted every single guest their own little gift bag of goodies. So I'm going to show you a little bit of what my cousin and I put together. I was able to actually create my own birthday logo. I don't know how well you can see that there because this is like in portrait mode. There you go. But I'll show you some more pictures here of all of the teas, and we did, oh my gosh, a whole lit. I'll probably try to take a screenshot of all of the things that were in the gift bags, but packed full of goodies and just things that I knew that they would enjoy, not only while they were there in Breckenridge to help them have and facilitate a good time, but also when they get back. Several of them have said that this is their favorite sipping cup now. I had everybody's name put on theirs with the birthday logo on the back. We had magnets, we had the personalized teas, we had hangover kits, cozy socks, you name it. It was fully packed, and it was definitely my pleasure and so much fun to put together for them. The last thing I'll share with you is that one of the things that I did at the end is, because we did personalized shirts, I gave everybody a different name based on how they have impacted me in my life and how I see them show up for others that they love. And that was really another heartfelt moment of the trip, and really did teach me about how and who and why I surround myself with the people that I do. And a really surreal moment. I'm gonna show you a fun little video here of everybody saying who they are in the video. We did do a couple of TikToks. Very late nights, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., which, you know, I don't see too many more of those kind of days after 50. But we really did bring the energy and the fun to this event, and I'm just so grateful. And so that, my loves, is what has led me to where I am right now, and that is my high life era. For me, it wasn't about perfection. It wasn't about luxury for show. It's about just simply living at a higher standard of how I look, how I show up, how I live, and how I present myself. It's alignment, it's ease, it's elevation without force. And I want you to know that if you're in a season where you feel yourself evolving, like you're outgrowing your old identity and moving into something that feels much more aligned with your authenticity, I have created a space for that, and it's called the High Life Society. Some of you may know or have been following me. I had a Facebook group that was called Influencers That Slay, and I have now revamped and rebranded that space to be the High Life Society. So I would love for you, if this story of how I came into my own here in my 50 era, in my high life era. If you feel like you're in that kind of similar space, I would love to have you join us over at Facebook in my private Facebook group called the High Life Society. It's really a pure and genuine space for women who have decided that they want to elevate their style, their presence, and how they show up for this chapter in their life. So if that resonates with you, then I would love for you to join us, and I'll drop the link in the description and also in the pinned comments. Thank you so much for being here, especially those of you who have been rocking with me for multiple seasons. Yes, hats off to you. I appreciate you. I'm so grateful for you. And this one feels different. And I'm excited for the next. If you've enjoyed what you've seen here today, please make sure to like this video. Go ahead and share with any friends or family that you think can benefit. And comment, what was your favorite part of what I shared today? As always, you know what's good. Always choose love and slay all day.
The girl them skill arty. Thunderball. Some give it to, some give it to, some give it to our girls. 5 million and
Look at this. Somebody come look at this. Look at this. Somebody come and look at this. Look at this.